We brought the family over to the Margaritaville Resort in Orlando this week. I think this is our fourth time coming here. 4 years in a row, and we absolutely love it here. It is so, the vibe is, it really matches the brand. That's one thing they do well, is the branding. Check out this beach by the pool. Well, I guess you can't really see it. I'll get some pool footage after a while. My last video was my first video back after a number of years being away from YouTube. And I've gotten some really great feedback and messages from people in the YouTube community and from other viewers that have happened upon them. Family and friends seem to have loved it. The ones that have found out about it. I'm not actively promoting it to family and friends because I don't want them to subscribe just because they feel like they need to, and then they never watch anything and screws up the channel and the algorithm. But if they find it, that's fine. I mean, my kids know about it. My wife knows about it. It's kind of hard to prevent. Well, I'm not actively trying to prevent any of them from knowing about it, but it's kind of hard to not make it obvious to them when they see me out recording and doing chats like this. So it leads me to, in my mind, I was thinking about people that are well-meaning, but they offer you advice from their own perspective about what you should do in YouTube, with YouTube, what you shouldn't do, and what you should keep private versus public. A lot of people will tell you, a lot of people that care about you, family, friends, will tell you that, check this out. So all those of their cottages that you can rent, we're in one of them that's back that way, behind that yellow one there, if you can see it. A lot of your family and friends will offer you advice, well-meaning advice, and tell you, no, you shouldn't waste your time doing something like that. You're not going to. I'm not going to say you're not going to do well, but they're just going to say you shouldn't be wasting time doing things like that. And they don't mean anything by their. And I'm going to use the term negativity for lack of a better word, because, that's the mindset that they have. They're trying to be helpful. They don't want to see you work. They're trying to protect you. But it stems from a mentality of scarcity, really. They can never see themselves doing something like that. Therefore, they can't see anyone in their circle doing something like this. Some of them don't want you to do it because inwardly, they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to exceed how am I going to say this? They don't want you to exceed or grow beyond their status circle, so to speak. They can't see themselves doing it. In their mind, they could never do something like this. Therefore, you shouldn't be doing it. Again, it sounds more negative than than they intend it to be. And the best advice I've encountered for something like that, or for, when you receive advice or input from family and friends like that, is to smile. You listen to them, You smile. You even agree. And then you go and do whatever you want to do anyway. Smile. You know, listen. I guess you got to listen, then smile. Agree. Yeah, you're right. It's just probably just some kind of silly dream. But, you know, I'm having fun with it, so, you know, whatever. And hold on, look at there's a turtle. He came up to support me. So yeah, listen to what they say. Don't interrupt them. Let them say it. Smile, agree, and then just go and do whatever the heck you were going to do anyway. They don't need to know that you're going to do it anyway, and if they do, so what? Who cares? Do it anyway. You know what's really hot? It's 8:40 in the morning here right now. And you know, I've grown up in Florida all my life. I'm used to the heat and the humidity, but I will say this summer has been the absolute hottest that I think I have ever remembered in my life. Tampa this week reached 100 degrees for the first time in history. Day before yesterday, the heat index at Tampa International Airport, I believe I saw news, one of the little pop-up alerts that it had reached 120 degrees. We spent the entire day at the pool yesterday, and I will tell you that it was still so incredibly hot. It's like you jump in the water and you can't pull off. You can't pull off. You can't, easy for me to say, right? You can't cool off quickly enough. And then you get out of the pool and you sit in your chair and you get a nice little breeze, and it feels great. Again, when you get advice from family and friends, it comes from a place of caring. It comes from a place of love in them. They don't realize that they are in to some degree crushing your dreams. That's certainly not their intention. They're trying to protect you. Or they are jealous and don't want to see you succeed more than they have succeeded. Either way, listen, smile, agree, verbally or just nod. You know, you're probably right. You may not be, but you probably are. And I appreciate your input. Shake hands, go away, because you don't want to listen to that crap for too often, too much. And then you just go do whatever you were going to do anyway. There's no need in sitting there and convincing them otherwise, because it's pointless. You're not going to change their mind. Hopefully they're not going to change your mind. So just do it anyway. Oh, also, before I forget, because I know people are interested, I'm using for this video, I'm using the DJI Action 5 Pro. I have it set to D-Log M, and everything else is automatic. I have it on auto exposure. Actually, I think I did adjust it down to a -0.3, but everything else, shutter speed, ISO, any of that other stuff that it controls, it's doing it by itself. It's on auto. I have the DJI Mic Mini. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. Yeah. I just know that I'm always interested in what people are using, so, and I know other people are as well. Because I see in comments of people's videos that everybody's asking. Anyway, now I'll see you later.